Hey there, friends. Today we are going through a piece of scripture that I'm pretty excited about, the Tower of Babel. Um, this, for some reason, is just a very memorable story that I remember hearing that even growing up in the church and all that kind of stuff, I don't remember being taught until I read the Bible for myself. And so I love reading through this story because it's one that I just had the opportunity to discover. Um, so maybe some of you have heard it before, maybe you haven't, but I'm going to get right into it. Now the whole earth had one language and one speech, and it came to pass as they journeyed from the east that they found a plain in the land, or a flat piece of land, of Shinar, and they dwelt there. Then they said to one another, Come, let us make bricks and bake them thoroughly. They had brick for stone, and they had asphalt for mortar. And they said, Come, let us build ourselves a city and a tower, whose top is in the heavens. Let us make a name for ourselves, lest we be scattered abroad over the face of the whole earth. So I just want to highlight their intent in this. Their intent is not to reach God and um, like being in the basking in his glory. They have a selfish intent for reaching the heavens, which is um, that they can make a name for themselves. Okay, and so we're gonna see again probably God put some consequences together for this. Just a little foreshadowing for you. But the Lord came down to see the city and the tower which the sons of men had built. And the Lord said, Indeed, the people are one, and they all have one language. And this is what they begin to do. Now, nothing that they propose to do will be withheld from them. So God's saying, like, because they are all on one page, they actually are going to be pretty powerful, right? So he says, Come, let us go down and there confuse their language, that they may not understand one another's speech. So the Lord scattered them abroad from there over the face of all the earth, and they ceased building the city. Therefore, its name is called Babel, because there the Lord confused the language of all the earth, and from there the Lord scattered them abroad over the face of all the earth. And just a fun side note for you, I don't get sponsored by this guy or anything, but Babbel is actually a language learning app, which to me was just hilariously named after the Tower of Babel because that's where all of the languages came to be. So if you ever wondered why that um, app is called Babel, there you go. So Shem's descendants. This is the genealogy of Shem. So Shem was 100 years old and begot Arphaxad 2 years after the flood. After he begot Arphaxad, Shem lived 500 years and begot sons and daughters. So here we are repeating some of the genealogy that we have heard about already. Okay? Arphaxad lived 35 years and begot Salah. After he begot Salah, Arphaxad lived 403 years and begot sons and daughters. Salah lived 30 years and begot Eber. After he begot Eber, Salah lived 403 years and he begot sons and daughters. So notice here the difference between the genealogy that we have just read in the last chapter versus this chapter is that they begot sons and daughters. Now, Eber lived 34 years and begot Peleg. After he begot Peleg, Eber lived 430 years and begot sons and daughters. Peleg lived 30 years and begot Reu. After he begot Reu, Peleg lived 209 years and begot sons and daughters. Reu lived 32 years and begot Serug. After he begot Serug, Reu lived 207 years and begot sons and daughters. Serug lived 30 years and begot Nahor. After he begot Nahor, Serug lived 200 years and begot sons and daughters. Nahor lived 29 years and begot Terah. After he begot Terah, Nahor lived 119 years and begot sons and daughters. Now Terah lived 70 years and begot Abram, Nahor, and Haran. Notice people are starting to live shorter lives. Um, some scholars differ on maybe why that is, right? Some people like to argue that maybe a day or a year time was different, recorded differently. Some like to argue that when God made the decree of 100 years, then um, now people are living shorter. Um, so I would say someone with more background and knowledge should speak on that than me, um, as far as that goes. But just thought I'd mention that there's different reasons that people have come up with for that. Terah's descendants. Now this is the genealogy of Terah. So Terah begot Abram, Nahor, and Haran. Haran begot Lot, and Haran died before his father Terah in his native land, in Ur of the Chaldeans. Now, just a little side note for you, Abram is going to be the guy that we consider to be Abraham later on, that we'll hear a lot about. So this is a very important piece of genealogy to know. So if you've kind of been like bored, if you want, you can go back and go, oh, how did we get down to Abraham? And so we'll see that he descended from one of Noah's sons, right? And that's kind of what this is tracking. Then Abraham and Nahor took wives. The name of Abram's wife was Sarai, and the name of Nahor's wife, Milcah, the daughter of Haran, the father of Milcah, and the father of Iscah. But Sarai was barren, she had no child. And Terah took his son Abram and his grandson Lot, the son of Haran, and his daughter-in-law Sarai, his son Abram's wife, and they went out with them from Ur of the Chaldeans to go to the land of Canaan. And they came to Haran and dwelt there. So the days of Terah were 205 years, and Terah died in Haran. So this might not seem significant yet, but the people who, and some of the places, okay, so Canaan, the land of Canaan, and then Abram, his grandson Lot, Sarai, these people are going to be extremely important and mentioned a lot. Not as much on Sarai, but we're going to see a lot of stories come out of these in the next several unfolding chapters. So just wanted to point those out, and I hope you guys thought that the Tower of Babel story was fun. In my head, it's a lot bigger because I think I was had it explained to me very, how do I put it, like excitingly, or I don't even know a word for it, descriptive. Had someone describe it in a very descriptive way. And I like building stuff, and so I can just imagine them like, pouring all these concrete bricks together and going and getting all the asphalt, and like just how many people, how immense this project was, that God had to scatter their languages into several hundred different languages, who knows how many, right? Just to stop them from doing this project. I mean, there had to be so many people. They're going to build a tower all the way up, to the high heavens, right? So just a fun mind picture, enjoyable story. Hope you guys enjoyed today. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. If you haven't been a part of this series, go ahead and start all the way back at Genesis 1. One of these days I'll update some of those videos so that way they're higher quality for you and you can read off the screen and stuff. But for now, just go back and watch and be a part of our walk from Genesis to Revelation. So hope you guys have a great day and that you'll join us again tomorrow for chapter 12 of Genesis.